What is up, YouTube? Burning Bijou 108 here, bringing you my review of Boruto episode 15, titled A New Path. This is the final episode of the Ghost Investigation arc, or the Ghost arc, as I like to put it. And yeah, overall, it was a pretty good episode. I'm just gonna briefly go about the good parts of the episode, the bad, and then I'll give you my rating. Pretty much, the episode started off showing off Naruto's side and Shikamaru walking in the park, and they're basically talking about Sumeri's situation, if they should have her leave the village or not. In the end, it's going to depend on Naruto's final decision and Sai's investigation. So, it's pretty much like an iffy 50-50 type deal. Some kid actually loses his ball and Naruto throws it back to him. I thought that was a very nice scene. And after that, we just have Boruto and the rest of the classmates are just talking. And, Mitsuki makes this comment that Sumeri is really strong, where Boruto pretty much tells Mitsuki to keep it under wraps. He doesn't want everyone to know about what she did, so that's understandable. Pretty much, she knows putting everybody into three-man teams, and surprisingly enough, Sarada did not go with Mitsuki and Boruto right off the bat. She was actually with Iwabi and Denki. A lot of people are speculating that Metal Lee is going to be teaming up with them, and then Sarada will be with Mitsuki and Boruto, because we know from the manga and the movie that that's how it's going to go. So, pretty much, I'm with that camp as well. I think Metal Lee, Denki, and Iwabi are probably going to be a team, as it looks like a lot of the characters in the background that we've been seeing in multiple episodes are going to be part of the Chunin Exam / Momoshiki arc, whenever that gets animated, hopefully by October. And yeah, but I'm definitely going to be making a video talking about these background characters. That video will probably come out on Monday, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to check that out when it hits. And yeah, so pretty much after that, we have this really cool scene with Boruto and Naruto basically talking. Boruto wants Sumeri to be forgiven and be allowed to stay at the academy because he has heard rumors that she might be leaving. So Naruto basically tells Boruto that, it's his responsibility to make sure the people in the village are safe. And, a lot of people are judging Naruto, saying that, he let Sasuke stay, and, he forgave Obito, but people need to remember that Naruto wasn't Hokage at that time. That was Kakashi that made that decision to let Sasuke go. So now Naruto is actually the leader in charge, so he has to think more realistically. In the end of the episode, we do see Sumeri does choose to stay. She is allowed to stay. And we have this really touching moment between Sumeri and Boruto where they just exchange looks. And Boruto gives her the classic Naruto thumbs up. And, just a very well animated scene. I believe a bunch of the budget went into that scene. And, not a lot happened in the episode. It was just pretty much a feel-good closing of arc episode. In the final 2 minutes of the episode, we see Naruto's traveling somewhere, and it turns out that he was meeting up with Sasuke. Sasuke's first appearance is in this episode, and yeah, so Sasuke basically tells Naruto, he took a while and that, and we have this really funny exchange between Naruto and Sasuke, and it turns out Sasuke tells Naruto that Danzo was very close to unlocking one of Kaguya's jutsus, so I thought that was cool, and it's kind of foreshadowing to the Momoshiki arc. It seems that Sasuke was saying that the dimension opening that it seems the New Way was able to do is probably something close to ties with Kaguya's dimension travel and his, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so Sasuke leaves Naruto telling him to tell Sakura he's sorry. Naruto says he's sorry. It's not clarified what he's sorry for, but we'll probably get clarification in the Gaiden arc. And yeah, after that, we jump to the moon. Toneri's basically saying that the Jogan Eye, which is pretty much the name of Boruto's dojutsu, that or it's somebody, like a character that might be coming to Earth, we'll have to wait and see. But basically he says that it's going to take a while for it to turn on again, so more than likely it's Boruto's eye. And he says that soon the gods will descend upon the land, which after this we cut to Momoshiki and Kinshiki making their debut in the anime, which was super hype that I've been waiting for. This whole 15 weeks of waiting, we finally got Momoshiki and Kinshiki confirmed for the anime, which we all knew was going to happen. And basically, we got this really good set of information. Momoshiki, Kinshiki have this conversation where Kinshiki says he has seen tears in Kaguya's world, which he's talking about Earth, and it's seeding over 16, over 10. We're at a 16. And a lot of people are confused about this. I think I cracked it. I think what Kinshiki's talking about is that Sasuke keeps traveling through dimensions, and he has already gone through 16 of them. Whereas you're not supposed to be able to go past 10. Is if you remember, Kaguya has at least 6 that she showed dimensions in the fight with Kaguya. So we can assume Sasuke's found even more dimensions, and he's trying to find Kaguya's main dimension point that she is actually from. That's why he said Kaguya's place. Now we know for people that watch the movie, spoilers, turn off the video now if you don't want to be spoiled for the upcoming arc, which is a readaptation of the Boruto movie. But Sasuke fights Kinshiki in Kaguya's ice dimension, it seems, in that castle we see in, I think it's chapters 685, I believe, 84, 85. You see a castle in the background, one of the panels of the ice dimension. That's where Sasuke fights Kinshiki, supposedly. We'll get clarification in the anime, I'm pretty sure. But you see, it seems like everything's leading up into these dimensions, and Kinshiki says that when things like this happen, once it goes to over 10, you're supposed to report to their clan. So this confirms there are actually more Otsutsuki members, which is super interesting and hyped for the future story arcs. It really raises questions as to if Kawaki could be an Otsutsuki member or a hybrid between Otsutsuki and human. We'll have to see. But yeah, overall, people, this episode was a very feel-good episode. It had some pacing issues, I would say, for at least 6 minutes. But 6 minutes out of 20, 22 minutes isn't too bad. So I'm going to give this episode a good rating. I felt like Sasuke's introduction, Momoshiki and Kinshiki's introduction, Toneri's appearance in the episode, and just Sumeri's resolve and how she's going to be part of the cast. I think a lot of those were very good moments that I'm going to come back and rewatch. And yeah, so I give it a good rating, a good episode to end the arc off. And I can't wait for these next 3 weeks to see what Kichi's going to do. Because for those that don't know, we're going to have 3 episodes in between the next arc. The next arc officially starts on August, I think, 7th. Which is going to be episode 19, titled Uchiha Sarda, which will be adapting Naruto Gaiden. So be sure to check that out whenever those hit. And yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Boruto episode reviews and discussions. Click the bell button so you'll be notified whenever I upload my video. And yeah, on Sunday I will be uploading a full arc review of the Ghost arc. I'll also be listing my top 10 moments of that arc. And yeah, if you haven't been watching my reviews or you're just new to the channel, be sure to check that video out to get every episode review pretty much in one. I'm going to give my full thoughts on the arc and what I'm expecting from Gaiden and the future. But until next time, people, God bless you, and remember, guys, enjoy the experience.